Hey guys, here's another hour-long flow, an hour-long class, however you want to think about it. Today's class is all about backbending. That is the theme for class. So what are you expecting? What should you expect in class today? Backbending. Obviously, we're going to do some camel poses. We're going to do some wheel pose, some bridge pose, some cobra, locus, bow action. We're going to do some shoulder opening and some heart openers as well to get our upper body and our shoulders and our chest ready to take a backbend and to really blossom and open up in that. We're going to take some time to warm up our hips and our hamstrings and stretch those out and activate those as well as our glutes. And then how about our little back, our lower back a little bit as well, and get that nice and open, because that's just going to make the whole back bending experience a lot more accessible and a little bit more enjoyable, hopefully. Side note about back bends is they can be really invigorating and energizing. It's like a shot of espresso for your spine and for your day. So if you're doing this class a little bit later on at night, just be aware it might be kind of hard to fall asleep once class is over. So modify it as you need to if you're doing this flow a little bit later, because I want you to be able to go to bed when you want to go to bed. But back bends can just be such an energizing and invigorating action and posture and group of postures that they can just wake you right on up. And then another thing, I know this eye is kind of gross. I was putting my contact in and stabbed my eye, so just bear with me. It doesn't really hurt, but it's just more of an annoyance, and it looks really ugly. Final thing, everything I offer in today's class is merely a suggestion that you can decide to take or not, depending on how your body is feeling and what your body and breath is asking you to do. So I encourage you to listen to your own breath, listen to your body, listen to your own inner teacher, and just modify as you need to. Take rest when you want to, and try something new and dig a little deeper if that's what would serve you today. But like I said, if you need rest, then please take rest whenever you need to throughout class, okay? But with all that being said, let's go ahead and just make our way down onto our backs. We're going to start class there today. Just a little bit of a different place to start. Your feet can rest on the mat, or you can extend your arms and legs out long. Doing whatever you want with your arms. They can go back above you towards the top of your mat. They can lay down by your sides. And just begin to slow down your breath here. Maybe take some wiggles and rolls in your fingertips and in your toes. Before you begin to let that to-do list of yours drift away, forget about anything that may or may not have happened before you stepped on your mat today, and anything that may or may not happen later on. Forgetting about and letting go of any expectations you have for your practice today, as you simply lay here and breathe. Maybe one hand comes to rest on your belly, the other hand comes to rest on your heart. And as you inhale, feel your diaphragm extend down and expand. Feel your rib cage expand out here, filling up your capacity of your lungs. And as you exhale, sigh everything out. Feeling your diaphragm return back to where it started, rib cage deflates. Inhale, diaphragm extends down, rib cage balloons up and out. Exhale, feel everything fall. 2 more just like that. Inhaling in. Exhale all the way out. Let's do one more. Inhale, fill up those lungs. Maybe take an extra sip of air in at the very tippy top of your breath. And as you exhale, you sigh everything out here. And then go ahead, if your hands went elsewhere, rest one hand on your belly, the other hand on your heart here, and just take a second. Set an intention for your class this afternoon. Maybe think of a mantra, one word to help you move and flow. Maybe think about whatever brought you here onto your mat today. And just keep that in mind throughout class. And then on your next inhale, and seal in that intention, seal in that mantra. And from here, take your arms long up back behind you, palms face up towards the sky, extending your arms out towards the top of your mat. Soles of your feet can come to rest on the mat, or legs can stay extended. Let's take a breath as you exhale, pull your arms down to cactuses, field goals. And inhale, extend your arms back up. Exhale, pull your hands down to cactuses or field goals. And inhale, extend those arms up. Let's do that 5 more times here, just bringing some gentle movement here into our shoulders, really activating our shoulders already, bringing our awareness into our scapulas, so that big old bone that sits on our back.
One more. Let's pull those arms down to a T, and let's hold here. Or in a field goal, excuse me. And let's just hold here, actively contracting your rhomboids, drawing your scapulas together in the center of your back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend your arms up towards the sky, or maybe they come down by your side. It's your choice. And we're going to stretch out our lower back here a little bit. And we're going to work on some anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. Okay, just to get those muscles warmed up. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, actually press your bottom into the mat, scooping your pelvis back behind you, making a little bit of a tunnel, maybe a bigger tunnel underneath your lower back here. Taking a breath in, and as you exhale, press your hips up towards the sky. Take your lower back and press it into the mat, anterior pelvic tilt. Take your hands to your hips if you want. Taking a breath as you exhale, or posterior pelvic tilt here. Tipping your hips forward, making that tunnel underneath your lower back. And then take a breath in, and as you exhale, anterior pelvic tilt. Press your lower back into the mat. Shift your hips forward. Good. And let's make our way back to neutral. Take a second here. Feel how this nice neutral pelvis feels. And we're going to do 2 more of those big old tilts, those anterior and posterior tilts. But before we do that, let's take a second here and imagine a bowl sitting in your pelvis. And that might help you figure out what I mean by posterior and anterior tilt. So we're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, spill your bowl forward towards your feet here, rounding your lower back, making that baby tunnel. Posterior pelvic tilt here for 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in. As you exhale, anterior pelvic tilt. Tilt that bowl towards you, towards your head and towards your neck, pressing your lower back into the mat here for 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in. As you exhale, round your lower back, posterior pelvic tilt here for 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, round your lower, or press your lower back into the mat. Pull your bowl forward for 3, 2, 1. And then as you're ready, just make your way back into neutral and just noticing how that feels. Maybe you sway your hips side to side here, swaying your knees side to side. And like I said, that was just a way to activate our lower back, bring some awareness into those muscles. And then as you're ready, extend your legs out long, extend your arms out long, take a big breath in. As you exhale, roll over onto your belly here. I'm going to move my handy dandy blocks a little bit out of the way. Good. Take your hands directly underneath your shoulders. And let's take a breath in. As you exhale, press up into a baby cobra here. Contract your lower back muscles, actively pressing the shoelace side of your feet down to the mat. As you press your palms out of the mat, lifting up for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, lower back down. Let's take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift up, baby cobra. Pull your shoulder blades down your back and away from your ears, contracting your rhomboids into midline for 3, 2, 1. Drip your spine back down on the mat. And let's take a big breath in. As you exhale, press into your palms, lift up, baby cobra, Bhujangasana, or maybe you fully extend out your arms. Modify downward facing dog, keeping your thighs glued down to the mat for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, lower all the way back down onto the earth. Let's take our arms and extend them all the way out in front of us. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pull your arms down to those field goals, those cactuses, and inhale, reach them up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, reach up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach it up. Then exhale, pull down, hold your option to hover your arms off the mat. Option to even lift your head and your neck off the mat. Hovering for 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your favorite cheek to rest on the mat as you windshield wiper your legs side to side here. Left and right, right and left. And then as you're ready, go ahead, extend your legs back behind you. Take your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck your toes, shift your way up into a tabletop position. Elbow, wrists, and shoulders, you're stacking one on top of the other. Your knees stacking directly underneath your hips. And let's take some cat-cows. But first, make sure you come into that nice neutral spine. Okay, so you're not already dumping into a pelvic, or one of our pelvic tilts that we just did. But we're just nice and neutral. So inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. As you exhale, round your back. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. And as you exhale, round your back. 2 more here.
Sticking where it feels really, really good, giving some love to those tight spots if you wish.
Before you actively settle into stillness. And as you're ready, just meet me back in stillness, back where we started, in that nice neutral tabletop position. And from here, let's take our right leg, extend our right leg all the way back behind us, and begin to rock back and forth on those right toe tips. Stretching out our right calf here. Maybe you actively settle into stillness, pressing your right leg towards the back of your mat. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Shift your weight forward. Inhale, lift up your right leg. And as you exhale, begin to take baby pulses here in your right leg. Just lowering and lifting as fast or as slowly as you want. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Settle into stillness here. Bend your right knee. Let's take our left hand and bring it towards the big toe edge of our right foot. And we're not looking to really kick up right here and right now. I know it's early on in practice, so if you don't want to kick up into your table variation of bow pose, you don't have to. You can stay right here if you want. Just gently kicking your right foot into your left hand here. Just getting a little bit of a stretch in that calf. Also coming into this half bow shape. Preparation for a full bow later on in class for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Release your left hand down to the mat. Pull your right knee down as well. And 3 more cat-cows. Starting in that nice neutral tabletop position. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. And as you exhale, round your back. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. And as you exhale, round your back. 1 more. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. And as you exhale, round your back. And then go ahead and make your way back into a nice neutral tabletop position. Let's take this left leg, extend it all the way back behind us, and begin to rock back and forth on this left foot. Actively settling in stillness when you wish, pressing your left foot down into the back of your mat. Weight shifts into both heels of your hands for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, rock back forward, lift up this left leg, and begin to take those baby pulses here. You guessed it, going up and down for 5. Breathing, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend that left knee. Let's take this right hand back to our left big toe. And again, you can take this nice gentle variation of this tabletop bow, or you can actively kick your right or your left foot up into your right hand. Left's right's hands, foot, feet, come on. I know I should know those. And we're holding for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring your left knee down to the mat. Right hand comes down to that mat. As well, take a breath in, and as you exhale, leave your hips glued directly above your knees and walk your hands out in front of you. Puppy pose. Chin rests on the mat. Forehead can rest on the mat as well. And I'm probably going to mess up right, left hand, feet a lot today. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Just a forewarning. And we're holding here our puppy for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, slowly make your way out of the pose, coming back into your nice neutral tabletop position. And from here, just walk your hands up, palms with distance forward. Let's tuck our toes, lift our knees. High plank. Take a breath in as you exhale. Shift your weight back. Adho Mukha. Down facing dog. And go ahead, bend one knee and then the other here. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. Your practice, your choice. Going where you need to. Just to get your body ready to move and ready to practice. Settling into stillness as you're ready. Let's inhale all the way, bend your tippy toes. As you exhale, step, float, or hop up to the top of your mat. Forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one up, all the way up, standing hands going to touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. Inhale, hands go high. As you exhale, swan dive, forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive, all the way up, standing hands going to touch. And as you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart, half sun cells. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, swan dive, forward, forward fold. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And inhale, reverse swan dive, all the way up, standing hands going to touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. Inhale, hands go high. And as you exhale, swan dive, forward, forward fold. And let's take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Taking our hands onto our shins here. Nice flat back to start. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, side out. And then inhale, come into a kind of a cat spine. And as you exhale, actively press your shoulder blades up towards that sky. Inhale, cat spine. Hands can walk all the way up into your quads if you need to. And as you exhale, cat spine. 2 more. Inhale, cat spine. Exhale, round your back. One more. Inhale, cat spine. Exhale, round your back. And then inhale, come back to a nice flat back. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive, all the way to standing, hands come to touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. And then inhale, hands go high. As you exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, put your hands down, step your right leg long back behind you. Right knee falls down on the mat. Inhale, hands go high. Low classical lunge. Starting out with a classical sun style here. We're moving on to there. If you want, you can start with your left knee stacking directly above your left ankle, or if you're already ready for this left knee to go past your left ankle, you can. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, plant your hands down the mat, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step back, high plank. Listen carefully. Let's bring our knees down onto the mat. Let's bring our chest down to the mat. Take your chin down to the mat, and then slither forward. Let's inhale, lift up, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. And as you exhale, drape your chest onto the mat, tuck your toes, lift your knees, push it back, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Moving through our knees, chest, chin. Inhale, right leg goes high. As you exhale, pull your right knee in towards your nose, plant your right foot down the mat, left knee follows. Inhale, hands go up. Good. Low, classical lunge. Hands can stay higher, hands can come down to your lower back, and you can interlace them if you want. Your choice for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, plant your hands down, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one dive, all the way up, standing, hands come to touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. Inhale, hands go high. As you exhale, swan dive, forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step your left leg long back behind you. Left knee is going to come down to the mat, and inhale, hands go up. Low, classical lunge. And maybe you sink a little bit deeper into the side this time. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, plant your hands down, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step back, high plank, knee stretch, chin, or Vinyasa. Your choice. Meet me in your downward facing dog. And let's inhale, lift your left leg up. And as you exhale, pull your left knee in towards your nose. Plant that left foot down the mat, right knee's going to follow. And inhale, hands go high. Low, classical lunge here. Pinky swirling inwards, maybe your hands come to your lower back and you interlace them, your choice. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, plant your hands down, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, out. Inhale, reverse one dive, all the way up, standing, hands coming to touch, and as you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. Inhale, hands go high, and as you exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse one dive, all the way up, standing, hands coming to touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. And then inhale, hands go high. As you exhale, stick your hips down low. Utkatasana, chair pose here. You don't have to be super low in your chair. You can be as high up in your chair or as low as you want. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Moving through a ladder flow here. Inhale, reverse one dive, all the way up, standing, hands coming to touch. As you exhale, sink your hips down. Utkatasana, chair pose. For 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, pull your right knee all the way up towards the sky. Interlace your hands on top of your right shin. Hug your right knee up and in. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lower down, chair pose. For 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale in, and as you exhale, pull your left knee up towards the sky. Interlace your hands on top of your left shin. Hug your left knee up and in. Massaging your descending colon right now. For 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lower down, chair pose. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step, float back. Walk back, your choice, optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. And let's inhale all the way up under your tippy toes. As you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands go high. Hips go low. Utkatasana, chair pose. Let's take a big breath in. And as you exhale, pull your right knee up and towards your chest, hugging it in. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down towards the mat. Chair pose. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up your left knee, hug it in. Holding for 3, 2, 1. And as you exhale, release the grip on your left knee. Don't step down to chair. Step, step, step this left leg all the way back behind you. Left knee is going to come down to the mat. Sink your hips down and forward. Low, classical lunge here. Pinkies swirl inwards to face each other. Good. Hugging your belly button up and in. You can stay here, or you can bring your hands down to your lower back and then interlace them. Press your knuckles down. Smile your collarbones up towards that sky.
Holding. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring your head, neck back to center. Plant your hands down, shift your weight back. Our Hanuman half splits here. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, rock forward. Coming back to your low classical lunge, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step back, high plank, Vinyasa through. Meet me in downward facing dog. And then go ahead, inhale all the way up under your tippy toes. As you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands go high, hips go low, Utkatasana. Chair pose. You got this. So take a big breath in as you exhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest, massage your descending colon this time. Take a breath in as you exhale, lower down. Chair pose, holding. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up that right knee. Interlace your hands, hug that right knee towards your chest, massaging your ascending colon this time. For 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in as you exhale. Step, step, step. This right leg all the way back behind you. Right knee's going to come down, and inhale, hands go high. Low classical lunge. Pinky swirling inwards to face each other. Maybe hands come down to your lower back. And you interlace them. Press your knuckles down as you broaden your collarbone up towards the sky, lifting your sternum up before you begin to let your head and neck drift back here. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, inhale, make your way back up to neutral. As you exhale, put your hands down, shift your weight back. Ardha Hanuman half splits here. Just focusing on this left hamstring. Maybe your toes pop up off that mat. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rebend into that left knee, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, take a breath in as you exhale, step back, high plank, optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Adding on from there, let's inhale all the way up under your tippy toes as you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands go high, hips go low, Utkatasana. Let's take a breath in, and as you exhale, pull your right knee up in towards your chest. Taking an inhale, and as you exhale, lower down. Chair pose, speeding it up a little bit. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift that left knee all the way up towards the sky, hug it in, taking a breath in. Exhale, step, step, step all the way back. Left knee's going to come down to the earth, and hands go high. Low classical lunge. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, shift your weight back. Our Hanuman half splits. Inhale in, and as you exhale, sink your weight forward. Hands go high, low classical lunge. And then inhale, tuck your toes, lift your left knee, take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift your left knee all the way up towards the sky, hug it in. Taking a breath in here. And as you exhale, step, step, step your left leg all the way back behind you. Hands go high, high lunge. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward here. Good. And you can do 1 or 2 things with your arms, or 1 or 3 things. They can stay high. You can bring them to those cactuses, or you can bring your hands to your lower back. You can interlace them, and you can press your knuckles down as you broaden your collarbones up towards that sky. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring your body back to neutral. Hands go high as you exhale. Put your hands down. Reach, reach, reach your left leg all the way up towards the sky. Standing splits for 3, 2, 1. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, put your hands on the mat. Step, float, hop back. Optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Your standing splits can be open or closed hip. Open hip's going to help open up that hip a little bit more, which is going to make back bending easier. Inhale up under your tippy toes as you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands go high, hips go low, Utkatasana, chair pose. Holding. Let's take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift your left knee all the way up towards the sky, holding it in, taking a breath. As you exhale, lower down. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up that right knee, hold it in for a breath. As you exhale, step, step, step that left leg, or right leg, all the way back behind you. Right knee's gonna go down to the mat, bring your hands up towards the sky. Take an inhale in, exhale, plant your hands down, shift your weight back, Ardha Hanuman. Taking a breath in, exhale, shift that weight forward. Low classical lunge, hands go high. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, take a breath in. As you exhale, pull your right knee up towards the sky. Taking a big breath in, as you exhale, step, step, step your right leg all the way back behind you. High lunge. Doing what you wish with your hands and with your arms. Maybe they stay high, maybe bring them down to cactuses, but if you're really interested in taking a nice deep standing back bend today in class at any point, take your hands to your lower back, interlace them. Press your knuckles down towards the earth. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, inhale, hands go high, and as you exhale, bow forward, point your hands down, reach your right leg all the way up towards the sky, opening up that hip a little bit. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, put your hands on that step, float, hop back. Optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Good. Adding on, let's inhale all the way up under your tippy toes. As you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands go high, hips go low. Utkatasana, chair pose. Like I said, we're doing a ladder flow here. Okay. So let's take a big breath in, and as you exhale, pull your right knee up towards the sky, hugging it in. Inhale, and as you exhale, release, chair pose. For 3, breathing, hips go a little lower. 2, 1. Inhale, lift up your left knee, hold it in for a breath. And as you exhale, step, step, step all the way back behind you. Low classical lunge, left knee goes down the mat. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, hands go down, shift your weight back. Inhale in, as you exhale, shift your weight forward. Hands go high, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step all the way up towards the sky. Standing high knee. Take a breath in, as you exhale, step, step, step back. High lunge. Inhale in here, as you exhale, bow forward, put your hands on the mat, lift, lift, lift your left leg all the way up towards the sky. Take a breath in, as you exhale, step, step, step your left leg back. Blow, runner's lunge. Listen carefully. Let's take a breath in, as you exhale, step your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Stack your hips, bend your right knee, open hip, 3-legged dog here. Taking circles at whatever joint you want or need to. Ankle, hip, knee, thigh. Your body, your choice. And then inhale, straighten out that right leg. And as you exhale, pull your right knee in towards your nose, plant your right foot down the mat. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Just using this as a transition pose. Take a breath as you exhale. Bring your left knee down to the earth. Take your knees to a perfect 90-90 here. First little bit of true back bending here. Right knee stacking directly above your right ankle. Let's drive this right heel down to the mat. Glue this left calf and this left shoelace side of your foot down to the mat. Hands are to come above your head to touch. Just take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward and down. Forehead's going to touch down your kneecap. And inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, take a second here. Wiggle your shoulders and your arms back behind you. Take an inhale in, shift your gaze up, lift your sternum, and as you exhale, begin to back bend here. Driving down into your right foot to take this back bend deeper and deeper, head drifting back as much as you want to. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. As you exhale, bow forward, point your hands down. Take your left toes, lift your left knee, step back, high plank. Optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. And then inhale, left leg is going to go high. And as you exhale, just place it back down on the mat. Inhale, right leg goes high. And as you exhale, place it down on the mat. Let's do that one more time, just walking it out here. Inhale, left leg goes high. Let's bring it down. Inhale, right leg goes high. Bring it down. And then inhale all the way up under your tippy toes. As you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands go high, hips go low. Utkatasana, chair pose. I just felt like doing that fun little 3-legged dog walk thing there, because I know we haven't done that yet in class, and maybe your body was craving it. Maybe it wasn't. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift your left leg up, and left knee up towards the sky. Taking a breath in. Exhale, release. Hold chair pose. Taking a breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift your right knee up. Taking a big inhale in. As you exhale, step, step, step all the way back to the back of your mat. Right knee comes down. Low classical lunge here. Taking an inhale in. Exhale, plant your hands down. Shift your weight back. Arhanam. Inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, rise all the way up into that standing right knee. Hug it in, taking a breath in. And as you exhale, step, step, step back. High lunge. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward. Plant your hands down. Reach your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, step, step, step your right leg back behind you. Low runner's lunge. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, stack your hips. Bend your left knee. Taking circles at whatever joint you need to. Ankle, hip, knee, thigh. And then inhale, straighten out your left leg. As you exhale, pull your left knee in towards your nose. Plant your left foot down the mat. And inhale, rise up, high lunge. Good, just using this as a transition. Let's take a breath in. As you exhale, right knee's going to come down on the mat. Squiggle to that perfect 90-90. Bring your hands together, touch, take a breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward and down. Inhale, rise up. Move your shoulder blades out of the way. As you exhale, take it back. Each exhale is an opportunity to go deeper and deeper here. It's hard for me to cue and take it back. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bow forward and down. Plant your hands down. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step back, high plank. Optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Good. Changing up the ladder floats. Inhale all the way up onto your tippy toes. And as you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, hands go high, hips go low. Uttanasana chair pose. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift up your right knee. Hug it in. And on your next exhale, sink down, chair pose. Inhale, and as you exhale, pull up your left knee, hold it in, take a breath in. As you exhale, step, step, step back. High lunge. Hold here, taking an inhale in. And as you exhale, bring that left knee down to the mat. Perfect 90-90 here. Let's take our right hand to our right thigh. Inhale, lift up your left hand as you exhale. Tilt down and over towards the right, looking up underneath your left shoulder. Good. Feeling a deep stretch here in this left side body. And you can stay here if you want, or you can add a little bit of rotation and shift your chest to square down towards the outside of your right thigh for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. As you exhale, bring your hands together. You guessed it, salute. So take a breath in as you exhale, hinge forward and down. And then inhale, come up, and as you exhale, take it into your back by going as deeply as you want. For 3, 2, 1. Make your way back to neutral. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, take a breath in as you exhale, hug your left knee up towards the sky. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, step, step, step. Back, high lunge. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, plant your hands down the mat. Reach your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Stack your hips, bend your right knee. Stay here or flip your dog. First flip dog of the class. Broaden your collarbones. Plant your heels. Push your heels down the mat to open up your hips for 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in as you exhale, come back around. Inhale, lengthen out that right leg. As you exhale, pull your right knee in towards your nose. Plant your right foot down the mat. Pivot this left foot between 45 degrees and 90. Warrior 2 here. Good. Actively sink down to your right knee. Right knee is stacking directly above your right ankle, pressing into the pinky toe edge of your back foot here. Breathe. Inhale, flip your palms up towards the sky. As you exhale, reverse it back. Reverse radiant warrior. Keeping that big warrior 2 bend in that right knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, make your way back up to warrior 2. Take a breath in as you exhale, bring your hands to your lower back, interlace them like you do in humble warrior. Inhale, press your knuckles down, broaden your collarbones. As you exhale, hinge forward. Humble warrior 2. Right shoulder comes down to the inside of your right knee here. Broadening out your collarbones, opening up your shoulders. Breathing here. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Plant left hand and then right hand on the inside of your right foot. Crab crawl around towards your wide-legged forward fold, towards the long edge of your mat here. Good. And plant your hands down directly underneath your shoulders. Keep a nice, proud, flat back. Take a breath in as you exhale, bend your elbows, sweep your head down towards the mat. And exhale, re-lengthen your head back towards the long edge of your mat. Good. Take a breath in as you exhale, hinge forward, forehead graces down the mat. And inhale, lift everything up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, grace everything forward and down. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, hinge everything forward and down. And from here, come into your favorite forward fold, whatever that may look like here and now for you today. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, crab crawl around the top of your mat. Plant both hands on the inside of your right foot. Wiggle walk your right foot out over towards the long edge of your mat. Drape your left knee down the mat. Lizard pose. Good. And you can hang out here in lizard if you want, or if you want to take it in towards pigeon, you're more than welcome to. Come into your hip opener here, whatever that may look like. Why are we taking time for a hip opener? This is a back bending class. Your hips kind of wrap around your entire pelvis. Obviously, all those hip muscles, all your internal and external rotators in your hips, your hip flexors, your hip extenders are all in your lower legs, your upper legs, your lower torso, however you want to think about it. They wrap around your pelvis. They connect to your lower back. Okay, they're part of that system of muscles that helps you get into back bends. Okay, and that's why we want to focus on opening up our hips. Just like we wanted to focus on opening up our hamstrings. Our hamstrings actually connect. The insertion or the origin, I can't remember which one, of our hamstrings is right at the top of our glutes. They connect at our lower back. So if your hamstrings are tight, it can cause you to have a tight lower back. And back bends are not fun if you have a tight lower back. And they're not fun either if you have tight hips, because they can make a really it really hard when it comes to low pose and when it comes to our full wheel to get those knees bent and to kick our feet up into our hands and to get that full pretty variation. Let's hold here in our hip opener. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, go ahead, plant your hands down. Let's step it back, high plank. Take a big breath in as you exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale up, upward facing dog. As you exhale, push your hips up towards the sky. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. And let's inhale all the way up onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, step, float, hop up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, wrist one up, all the way up, standing hands coming to touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart and pause here. Closing your eyes, reconnect to your intention. Reconnect to your mantra. Reconnect to your breath as you slow down your heart rate. And then go ahead, float your eyes open. Taking a quick little pause in our lateral flow just to kind of just slow down our heart rate here before we bring it back up and finish out our lateral flow. I'm going to turn to face long edge of our mat. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a standing half moon balance series. And this is something that we do all the time in the barking lineage. And when I really started practicing hot yoga and the barking lineage, that's when my back bends really kind of clicked. And yeah, the heat was definitely a factor in it, but also the set series that we did was part of it. So if you know hot yoga, if you know barking, it's the barking lineage. So the style of yoga that Jimmy Barkin founded, you'll notice some of the things that we did in class today, we do in hot yoga. The sun salute, so that 90-90 lunge when we hinge forward and down, that's our salute. And we're about to do our half moon series, and we'll probably end up doing I think it's like the day 3 ending when we do cobra, locus, bow, child's pose, camel, tortoise, that whole series. We're gonna do that series, okay? But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's go, half moon series. So let's inhale, sweep your hands all the way up towards the sky. Cross your thumbs here. Inhale, gaze up towards the sky. And as you exhale, begin to tick-tock just side to side, going left and right here. Maybe you tick-tock back and forth. Maybe you draw circles on that ceiling. Totally your choice. This is your practice. And when you're ready, just meet me back in neutral. Good. And from here, we're going to look up, gaze up, take a big breath, and as you exhale, hinge down over towards the right side of your mat here. Gazing out underneath your left armpit as you gaze up towards that sky. I'm going in the opposite direction that you're going. So I'm tilting towards the right. You're tilting towards your right, but it probably looks opposite of what I'm doing. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come all the way back up towards neutral. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, tilt down over towards the left. Again, gazing up underneath this right armpit this time. Hips square forward, shoulders square forward. Pull your chin away from your chest for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come all the way back up towards the sky. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands down to our lower back. Thumbs point, fingers and thumbs point down towards our feet. Or you can leave your hands up towards the sky. Your choice, because we're going to take a standing back bend. So walk your feet about hips width distance apart. And let's inhale, look up, gaze up, broaden your collarbones, lift this sternum. Lift your sternum a little bit more. Lift it one more time, taking a breath. And as you exhale, let your head and neck drift back as far as you want to here. Okay, if you want to take a deeper back bend, maybe you begin to walk your hands down the back of your thighs. If your hands were on your lower back. Or if those hands were straight, just keep on shifting your gaze towards the sky, and you're all aligned on the ceiling. And then maybe on the wall behind you. And we're here, our back bend. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly come out of the pose without control. And slinky roll down to a teeny tiny ball here at the top of your mat. Chin tucks in towards your chest, forehead touches down onto your kneecaps. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the back of your legs, to your heels. Cup your heels from behind. Take a breath as you exhale, lift your bottom up towards that sky. Uttanapana Hastasana. So you're grabbing onto your heels like shovels. Your forearms are wrapping behind your calves here. It's okay if your elbows splay out to the sides and they're not perfectly wrapping around. That's totally okay. Bend your knees as much as you want or need to get that forehead to knee, or that chest to thigh connection. And if you're like, no, I don't like this, just wrap your arms back behind you, giving yourself a big old hug. Grind the crown of your head down towards the mat wherever you are. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath, and as you exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. exhale, bow, and then inhale, hands go high, hips go low, Utkatasana, chair pose, pinky swirl, inward sinking your hips down towards the mat, hug your belly button up and in. Let's take a big breath in. As you exhale, pull your left knee up towards the sky. Take a breath in as you exhale, lower. Inhale and exhale, pull your right knee up. Take a big breath in as you exhale, lower. And then inhale, and as you exhale, pull that right knee up, because I forgot the step, step, step all the way back. My bad, bring your hands up towards the sky. These ladder flows, there's so much to remember. Let's take a big breath in as you exhale, right knee comes down. Squiggle to that perfect 90-90. Bring your left hand to your left thigh or to your left hip crease. Inhale, lift your right hand up. As you exhale, tilt over towards the right, or towards the left here. Gazing up underneath that right armpit, or if you want, again, you can shift your chest and your gaze down towards that left foot of yours, adding a little bit of rotation here. For 3, 2, 1. Come back up to neutral. Bring your hands together. Touch. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward and down. Inhale, rise up, and as you exhale, take it back into your back bend. Back bending for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up, take a big breath in. As you exhale, tuck your toes, lift your right knee all the way up towards the sky. Hug it in and hold, taking an inhale, and as you exhale, step all the way back, high lunge. Inhale and exhale, plant your hands down. Scoop that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Stack your hips, bend your left knee. Stay here or flip your dog. Your choice. Again, driving your heels down. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Come back around. Let's all inhale, lift up our left leg. Exhale, pull your left knee in towards your nose. Plant that left foot down on the mat. Windmill up and open. Warrior 2 here. Taking up as much room on your mat as you want to. You're actively pulling your heels in as they sit in heel to arch alignment, gazing up over that left fingertip. Let's inhale, flip our palms up. As you exhale, take it back. Reverse radiant warrior. Maybe gazing down towards that right foot or up towards the sky for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. Warrior 2. And exhale, bring your hands to your lower back, interlace them. Inhale, press your knuckles down, gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward. Left shoulder comes down to the inside of your left knee here. Humble warrior 2. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, take both hands down the inside of your left foot. Crab crawl around to the long edge of your mat here. Good. And again, let's do 3 more of those fun halfway lift lengthens. So keep your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Let's take a breath in as you exhale. Lower your head down towards the mat, let it touch. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, drift forward and down. Inhale, rise up. Last one. Exhale, drift it forward and down. Inhale, rise up. And take a big breath in as you exhale, hinge forward and down. Take your hands out for those pinky toe edges of your feet. Coming into your favorite forward fold here. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Take your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Crab crawl around to the top of your mat here. Lizard pose. Left foot forward, right leg at the back of your mat, right knee on the earth. Again, maybe you take it over towards a pigeon. Your choice. Good, and just breathe. I feel like, my hips weren't ready for pigeon quite yet. We will take time for pigeon at the end of class. We will probably close out class with pigeon to Shavasana, just so you know. So the game plan from here is to come onto our bellies, and we're going to do cobra, locus, bow. And then we take child's pose. And we're going to come up into camel pose. We'll take half tortoise. And from half tortoise, we'll take another child's pose. Pull ourselves forward in child's pose to our bellies. Flip over onto our backs and take some back bends there. Some of those more classical back bends, you think. Bridge and wheel. And then we'll flip over to pigeon and take our Shavasana. Okay. So you gotta take a big breath in. And as you exhale, begin to make your way out of your pigeon. Make your way out of your lizard, meeting me in your high plank. And like I said, we're just going to lower ourselves down to that. So take a big breath in as you exhale. Slowly begin to lower down towards the earth for maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making your way all the way down to your belly here. Let's take our hands directly underneath our shoulders. Hug our elbows into our rib cage. Take a big breath in as you exhale. Lift up. Bhujangasana. Baby cobra here. Drawing your shoulder blades down your back and away from your ears. Maybe your hands hover up off the mat. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way down to the earth.
Take your arms out to field goals, or capital letter T's, whatever you got. Let's glue our legs together like a tail unless you have any sort of outstanding back injury. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift your arms and legs up off the mat, either one at a time or both at the same time. Coming in to your locus pose. Option for your hands to come to your lower back and interlace them and press your feet or your knuckles down towards your feet here in your Shalabhasana. I'm pretty sure that's the Sanskrit for this. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down to the mat. Favorite cheek comes to rest. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Good, then go ahead and extend your legs out behind you. And we're going to start out first by taking a half bow on each side before we take a full bow. So if you want to take 2 more locuses, or if you want to do 1 bow, 2 bow, 3 bow, you're more than welcome to. But if you're coming with me towards our half bow, let's start with the right. So bend your right knee. Take your right hand to your right foot. Take your left hand out in front of you. I'll move my blocks so you can see. And let's take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let's all lift our hip into either our half bow, our full bow, or our locust pose. Holding here, kicking our right foot up into our right hand. For 3, lifting our left hand and left arm 2, 2, 1. Lower everything down to the mat. Opposite cheek comes to rest. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. And as you're ready, settle into stillness. Actively extending your long legs, long back behind you. Let's reach our right hand for the top of our mat. Bend our left knee. Take your left hand to your left foot. You can reach for the big toe edge or for the pinky toe edge. If you're taking a half bow, if you're taking another locust or a full bow, go for it. But I invite you, if you're taking half bow, just to do the different grip that you did on the other side. So maybe inside of your left foot or pinky toe edge. Okay, let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, let's all lift up. Coming into our half bow, or maybe our full bow, or a locust variation. Holding here. Breathing, taking tiny steps of air in for 5, because why not? 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. And then from here, go ahead, settle in stillness, but keep those knees bent. Full bow if you want. If you don't want to take a full bow here on our belly, you don't have to. But if you're coming with me, go for your grip. Either reaching for your big toes or reaching for the pinky toe edges of your feet. Your choice. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, side out. And then inhale in. And as you exhale, kick up into the pose. Actively kicking your feet up into your hands. I'm sorry for that great big door slam there. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down into the mat. Take your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Push your hips back towards your heels. Coming into a child's pose here. And inhale in as you exhale. Walk your hands up towards your knees, coming to sit on your heels here. And we're going to take a camel pose. And we'll do 2 camel poses to a rabbit. Okay, I lied. We're not going to do half tortoise, we're going to do a rabbit, because rabbit is the counter pose for camel. So if we're going to do 2 camels, we might as well do the counter pose, right? So first camel is going to be a nice, gentle, easy camel. You don't have to take it all the way into your deepest variation right here and right now. And if you're new to camel, basic setup. Hips are second directly above your knees. Knees or make your lower leg or your entire leg is making a 90 degree. Toes are tucked or untucked. Your choice, your practice. Good. And if you're coming with me, we're just going to take our hands to the lower back like we did in our standing back bend. Thumbs point and finger points down towards the mat. And let's all look up, gaze up, broaden our collarbones. Taking your breath in as you exhale, begin to tilt your head back. And again, with each exhale, you take it an inch deeper, gazing a little bit further back behind you here. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come all the way back up to neutral. As you exhale, sink your hips down towards your heels, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Just rest here, hands resting on the mat however you want them to. Then go ahead, take a big breath in. As you exhale, slowly come out of the pose, out of that gentle counter pose, coming back into the base of our camel. Again, toes are tucked or untucked, your choice. If you want to take a more advanced variation of camel, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to cue the one when we release our hands down towards our feet. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can stay with your hands at your lower back. And you can come into this variation of hands to our feet in camel any way you want. But if you're coming with me, let's bring our hands to our lower back. And let's inhale, look up, gaze up. Keep on gazing up. Lifting our sternum,
that breastbone up towards that sky, not crunching into our lower back. And then when you feel ready, release one hand down towards your foot, towards your heel grabbing on, and then release the other. Toes tucked keeps the heels nice and high so they're easier to grab onto. And once your hands are touching your heels, you can begin to gaze even further back. And we're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up out of the pose as you exhale. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Rest here. And then go ahead, bring your head back up to neutral. And we're going to take rabbit. And if you don't know what rabbit pose is, that's okay. I'm going to cue you through it. Please watch first. You don't want to move your head and neck around in this pose. It's really dangerous. So if you have a bun on the top of your head or a ponytail or something on the top of your head, scoot it down so it's not on the top of your head, because the crown of our head is what's going to touch on the mat in rabbit pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop our hands to our heels here. We're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward and down, taking the crown of your head on the mat, and then lifting your heels away from your hips away from your heels, actively pulling on your heels, okay? So if you're not in rabbit, go ahead and make your way there. Again, don't move your head and neck in this pose. Just keep on gazing back towards your knees, actively pulling on your heels. You're pulling so hard that if you released, it would feel like you were a somersault over. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly come out of the pose. Chin is the last thing to lift from your chest. Okay. And let's inhale, sweep our hands up towards the sky. As you exhale, hinge forward, coming into your child pose. Knees together, knees wide apart, your choice. And just take a moment here to acknowledge your practice. Thank yourself for everything you've been able to do thus far, and for taking this time out of your day for yourself and to move. Then go ahead, take a big breath in. As you exhale, slither forward onto your belly. And then flip over onto your back. 3 back bends here. Okay. We got about 5 minutes left of class. So class is probably going to go a minute to over an hour. My bad. I got so excited at the start of class about talking about what we were doing and what the game plan was. That's my bad. Anyways, let's make our way down onto our backs. Let's go ahead. Once you rub your knees side to side to start. Release out your lower back. Before you settle into stillness. And let's just start out with a nice bridge, okay? So if you want to take the 3 wheels, you're more than welcome to. If you want to take 2 wheels and a bridge, you can. If you want to take 3 bridges, you're more than welcome to. If you want to make this a more restorative posture, and just take a block or a book or whatever you have underneath your lower back, you can. For as many rounds or as many breaths as you want. If you just want to lay in Baddha Konasana or reclined bound ankle, you are more than welcome to, okay? Just take what you need right here and right now. We've worked really hard in class. So this is kind of what we've been working up to, is these final 3 back bends. So just do what you need in this moment. But if you're coming with me towards bridge, let's take our hands down by our heels. So our hands are touching, if not almost touching our heels. If you want, you can take your block or a book or whatever you have in between your thighs and actively contract your thighs in towards together to make sure they stay contracted and magnetizing together, because one of the key things of bridges is that your thighs are magnetizing together. Let's go ahead and take a big breath in. As you exhale, press into your heels and begin to peel your lower back up off the mat here. If you want, you can take your hands to the top of your hips and hold on with your thumbs and your hands wrapping around your hips. Elbows rest on the mat for a little extra support. You can take blocks underneath your lower back if you want. Or your hands can just rest by your sides. They can go all the way up towards the top of your mat. And you can even interlace them underneath your lower back, pressing your pinkies in towards the mat, opening up your shoulders. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Staying here, maybe you begin to slowly lower your legs all the way down to the mat here. And go ahead, hug both knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a great big old hug. And just begin to rock side to side. Massaging out your lower back, massaging your transverse colon right here. We've already massaged your ascending and descending colon with those standing high knees in our chair series and our ladder series. And go ahead, take a breath in, and as you exhale, plant your feet back down on the mat. Option 2 here is for a bridge, or second round. You can take a bridge again, you can make it a restorative thing. If you want, you can take it into a wheel, okay? And for this round of bridge or a wheel, I'm going to kind of cue how you would get into wheel pose from a bridge, just because I think it's a really fun way to get into wheel, and it helps a lot because it removes your center of gravity out of the picture and makes it a little bit, not completely removes it, but makes it less of a factor because your hips are already lifted.
when you're in bridge, and then popping a wheel from there is a lot easier, okay? But before we do anything, I want you to check in with yourself, see what your body needs, and if you're thinking about playing with the wheel, make sure you have super strong shoulders, and that your lower back is pretty open, and your middle back is open, and that you have a tremendous amount of strength, not only in your shoulders, but in your entire arms, and in your wrists, and in your legs, and in your glutes, because wheel is a full body posture. If you've never done wheel before, sit, watch, wait. Maybe you see what this bridge to wheel transition looks like. If you know what wheel is and you've played with it before, go ahead and pop one whenever you're ready. But if you're like, I know kind of what wheel is and I want to try, then you're more than welcome to. But again, just make sure you have those super strong shoulders, super strong hips, and glutes and thighs and arms, because I don't want you to get hurt. Because wheel is one of those poses that if you try to do it too early, you might strain a shoulder, you might fall, and it's just not fun, okay? Anyways, tangent over. Let's go ahead. If you're coming with me towards our bridge to wheel transition, let's take our hands behind our shoulders here, fingertips pointing down towards our shoulders, elbows pointing straight up towards the air. And from here, we're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, listen carefully, lift your hips above the mat. So you're coming into a variation of bridge. It's kind of a funky bridge with your hands behind your shoulders. And you can stay here, actively pressing your hands down to the mat, not extending out those arms, or you can take a breath in, and as you exhale, you press into your hands even more and extend out your arms here, coming into your full variation of wheel. Okay, and we're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're in bridge, slowly come down. If you're in wheel, slowly begin to bend those elbows, vertebrae upon vertebrae, come down onto the mat. If you took wheel, go ahead, pull both knees in towards your chest. If you took another bridge, maybe windshield rub your knees side to side. Good. And go ahead and make your way back down to the bases of your bridge. Last back bend, option here for a wheel, option here for a bridge pose, option here to restore your choice. And if you want to try wheel, do it. I really encourage you to. I don't want to scare you off from doing wheel. I don't like seeing people get hurt, so that's why I'm always like, just make sure you can do it. Make sure you have enough strength. Anyways, bridge, wheel, your choice. And if you want to do the bridge to wheel transition, you can. Or if you want to come with me straight up to your wheel, go ahead. Just bring your hands behind your shoulders, fingertips pointing down towards your shoulders. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, push down to your feet and hands. Same instant, legs and arms extend out. And bam, we are in our wheel. Holding in your back bend for 10 of your own breaths here. Making your way out of the pose when your 10 breaths are through. Meeting me with both knees hugging in towards your chest. And then when you're ready, bring both soles of your feet down to the mat. Taking a supine pigeon here. We take pigeon on our back. If you want to take pigeon on your belly, you're more than welcome to flip over. What we're going to do from here is to take recline pigeon on both sides, and then take a supine twist on both sides, and take shavasana. Okay? So if you're coming with me into pigeon on your back, go ahead, plant your left foot down the mat, pick up your right foot here, flex your right foot, and drape your right ankle over your left thigh. And then lift up your left foot, and interlace your hands behind your left thigh. Actually pulling both knees in towards your chest. Right elbow can snuggle into your right knee if you want here, keeping both feet flexed the entire time to protect your knees. And I told you that game plan, recline pigeon or pigeon, classical pigeon on your belly, to supine twist to shavasana in case there's another game plan that sounds better to you, okay? If there's any other postures or poses you would rather play with, please play with those. If your body wants more back bends, do more back bends. They're super fun. If you are with me on your back, take a breath in as you exhale. Release your grip. Bring left foot and then right foot down to the mat. Windshield wiper your knees side to side here. And as you're ready, settle back into stillness. Both knees point up towards the sky. Let's lift up our left foot. Drape our left ankle over our right thigh. Take a big breath in. Switching sides here in our reclined pigeon. Let's interlace our hands behind our right thigh and pull our knees in towards our chest. Again, maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you just settle in stillness. Actively snuggling that left knee in towards your left elbow into your left knee here. You're going to take a breath out as you exhale, bring your right foot down, and then your left foot down to the mat, partial recline. Windshield wiper your knees side to side here. And then out as you exhale to stillness, supine twist, here we go. Leaving your feet down the mat, pick up your hips, move them an inch closer over towards the left, and then let your knees fall down over towards the right here. Arms come out to cactuses or field goals or capital letter T's, gazing out over your left shoulder here. Making this twist as passive or as active as you wish. You're going to take a big breath in as you exhale slowly come out of the pose. Bring the soles of your feet back down to the mat, wiggle walk your knees into midline. And pick up your hips, move them inch closer over towards the right, let your knees fall down over towards the left. Twisting on this side, gazing out and over the right shoulder here. And go take a big breath in. As you exhale, make your way back in towards center. Wiggling your hips into midline. And then either extending out your legs or bring the shoelace side or the soles of your feet together, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Begin to close your eyes here, making your way towards your final pose of rest. Your final Shavasana. Beginning to let the awareness in your body drift away. And the only focus be on your breath here and the rise and fall of your diaphragm. As your palms become heavy, shoulder blades drawing down your back and away from those ears of yours. Thoughts begin to drift away. And then, with time, even the attention onto your breath begins to drift away. So you're simply being right here and right now in this pose. And this is where I leave you, in your final pose of rest. I invite you to stay here for as long as you want or need to, slowly letting movement and awareness return to your body once you've decided to make your way out of your final pose of rest. But as always, it was an honor to teach, and it was an honor to move alongside you. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.